If you clicked on this video, I'm here to say congratulations and welcome to your glow up. I'm Chandre and I have been on YouTube for years. I have done so many things on YouTube, and over the past 2 years specifically, there has just been the shift that has caused me or forced me to glow up. And I thought, how amazing wouldn't it be to share my experiences, but also guide you on how you can glow up with me. One thing that I've always done pretty well is show up on here and disappear for a while. I think it definitely was part of me rediscovering and also just figuring out what on earth do I really want to do with my followers on here. My followers journeyed with me through a very big part of my life, from hustling in business to being a new mom to just discovering myself and who I am. And I feel like since the glow up, there has just not been this me connecting, sitting and just, talking to my online fam. I always tell people I'm on so many platforms, but YouTube's the one. YouTube's the one. So over the next 6 weeks, I'm going to take you on a journey of not just a glow up, but of self-discovery. It is something that I have journeyed on specifically over the past 2 years, as I mentioned, but I did not realize that I was doing it in these phases. So it's so nice that I'm able to literally sit here and say that yes, there is more in the library. Let's jump into what I mean by saying the glow up. We all know what the glow up is. We all know that it's a hype word at the moment. It's a compliment. But for me, glowing up is stepping into the person that you envision yourself to be. It's stepping into the best version of yourself, the God-ordained version of yourself, and the version that's aligned with every single goal and plan that you have for your life. That can look different for everybody. And that is why this glow up is not based on what social media wants, what society wants, what your family wants, but it is what you want for yourself. So if this is something that you want for yourself, you can go subscribe or like this or comment, because the more you engage with this video, the more it's going to push high up on the feed, and the more ladies are going to be able to go on this journey with us and just be the best versions of ourselves. For this part of the video, I'm going to say that you need to go get yourself a cup of coffee or tea, and I am going to just get comfortable with you, maybe a bit vulnerable, but I want you to understand why the glow up is so important and for me and how I got here. So I have always been chasing things, and I never knew why until on this glow up journey I discovered that when my father passed away, he said some words that really became my blueprint, and it was really negative words, and it went along the lines of you will become nothing, with a whole lot of other things he said. When he was in that state, he was not himself. He was intoxicated. He was desperate for money. And I can imagine what he went through. Sadly, because this became the blueprint of my 12-year-old existence, I thought that for the life of me, I have to prove to him, or just anybody in general, that I am not gonna be a nobody. And he said a whole lot of other things, but I thank God that none of those things happened, and that I cancelled and actually prayed so many of that things away. So because that was the blueprint of my life, I did everything in my power to succeed. And I think sometimes it was really just to prove to myself more than anybody that what he said was not going to be true. And because of, I always put in more hours, I really chased. And when I say chase, I mean that I would run after the thing that I want. There's absolutely nothing wrong with going for your goals. You all know that. I vouch for that. But there is a healthy way to do it. There is a balanced way to do it. And I think that because I lost track of all of those things, I just went full force. That is why I went in business and I could be successful, because there was not a no. No did not exist in business for me. It was a bad month. It was like, we are going to make it a good month, and we'll make it a good month. And the comeback will always be strong, because I just constantly had, this thing at the back of my head. And even though it was something extremely negative, it had a very positive outcome. I got to inspire people. It really, showed women and even myself that everything you want to do is possible, and I live by that. I live by the fact that every single thing in life is possible. That is honestly who I am and what I stand for. But I have to admit that when I realized that that was the reason for this drive I have, I had to sit back and I had to really assess my life. Last year ended up being a very traumatic year because of an experience I got involved in. And I got involved in it so innocently, also just going after my dreams and chasing my dreams. And I just thank God that I'm alive, that my family is well, that they're alive, that we are fine. And I thank God that I had an amazing lawyer, or have an amazing lawyer. And because of that, and everything that came with that and that happened, I really, really introspected every single possible part of my life. Everyone, every single person that knows me says I've changed, and the change feels evident. It's so visible. It's crazy. It's so crazy. So fast forward to this year, when I landed my dream job in every way possible. Remote work, travel, content creation. They created a position for me. It did not end well, because I felt very disrespected. I felt slightly abused, and not even slightly abused, but abused. And I felt like I am going to step away from this. It was the first time in my life that I really felt that I took my power back. Prior to that, in December, I got a very big opportunity and a broad opportunity, a global opportunity, which would have caused me to be away from my family a lot. And my husband was all for it, but I was again disrespected, walked over. And then I discovered that there was a family generation that came with that. There was a pattern that came with that. And the only way that I could break this off my kids and myself is if I am bold enough to stand up for myself and step away. So because of the fact that I went through what I did last year, I was brave enough to be able to detect and see immediately when I'm being abused, or when I am being taken for granted, and have the strength to walk away early, So for me, my glow up has been internal. Internal in every way possible. And with that being said, there was so much I became when I started unbecoming. And in becoming, I could see what I did wrong and why things changed for me and why I am where I am now. And right now I am in this mental space of Zen, and I have Fem Power Luxury Retreats, a female empowerment travel agency. Fem Power is my baby. She's fresh, she's new. Actually, she's almost a year. She's a year in February. And it's really just a space where I connect with women. I do feel it's my ministry. I do feel like I have an absolute desire to see women just grow and glow and just become the best versions of themselves. And so that is why I am also using this platform to do the exact same. If you are 100%, ready to elevate your life, yourself, to just say goodbye to the old and invite in the new, I am inviting you to come on this journey with me. Subscribe to this channel, and for the next few weeks we are going to take a journey together and watch ourselves become who God intended for us to be. So yeah, have an amazing day, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye.